What's up, guys? I'm Ashley Jenkins, and Blizzard has kicked off BlizzCon weekend by announcing that signups for their Heroes of the Storm beta are now open. There will be 10 playable characters in the beta that include Kerrigan, Diablo, Arthas, Raynor, and 4 unique Blizzard-themed battlegrounds. You'll be able to get unique heroes, skins, and mounts, and you can customize which abilities they'll be able to use. They've also announced that Hearthstone, their card-based strategy game for PC, will be going into open beta next month, or possibly January. It is Blizzard, after all. The game will also be getting iOS and Android versions in the first half of next year. Probably. Moving on, Microsoft is revving their hype engines with the news that each of their Xbox One launch regions will be getting at least 5 entertainment apps, plus access to their fitness, video, music, browser, Skype, SkyDrive, and upload services. The full lineup for the US includes Amazon Instant Video, Crackle, The CW, ESPN, Fox Now, FX Now, Hulu Plus, Machinima, Muzu TV, Netflix, Redbox Instant, Target Ticket, TED, the NFL on Xbox One, Twitch, Univision Deportes, Verizon Fios TV, and Vudu, with HBO Go joining them soon after launch. We've included a link to the country-by-country list in the description below for all our international friends. On the downside, you won't be able to use any of these until you install the mandatory Day 1 updates, so I hope you've got some internet juice booked for launch day. Because they've made so many changes to their online strategy since its announcement, and Xbox One manufacturing began a while ago, the console will ship with an outdated version of the operating system. The Day 1 update will deliver the revised software and all the functionality they've promised of the console. Microsoft's Albert Pinello explains, "A lot of the apps come with the Day 1 update because they wouldn't have even been done. You're going to need to take this update. It's not going to be really an optional thing." But all in all, they're feeling pretty optimistic right now. Xbox One has more than doubled the pre-orders they had for Xbox 360, and Microsoft's Craig Flanagan believes the console has a long life ahead of it. "We're probably here for a while because we're built for the future. This is a console that will last you conservatively a decade if I had to put a bet down today," he says. But long-lived or not, there's a chance they could be kicked out of the house of Microsoft someday. Since Microsoft's chief Steve Ballmer announced his impending retirement, the company has been looking for replacements. One of the frontrunners, Stephen Elop, a former Nokia CEO who has also spent some time as the head of Microsoft's business division, wants to shift the company to focus on Office and servicing businesses. And as part of that, he could look at spinning properties like Xbox off. And he'd have some support. A while back, Paul Ghaffari, the asset manager from Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, said there are some parts of that operation they should probably spin out, get rid of, to focus on the enterprise and focus on the cloud. But for now, Xbox remains heavily integrated with Microsoft's other products like Skype, Bing, and their cloud services. Plus, let's face it, it's the fun, sexy part of the company. Moving on, it's been revealed that Forza 5 will feature 14 tracks and 200 cars. That's just over half the tracks and less than half the cars from Forza 4. While they've added iconic tracks like Spa-Francorchamps from the Belgian GP and Mount Panorama from Australian V8 supercars, they've lost Infineon Raceway, Suzuki Circuit, and perhaps most distressing, Nürburgring Nordschleife. Turn 10 says it's because with Forza 5 they're focusing on pinpoint detail accuracy of the cars and tracks, and the scans they have from previous iterations in the series just won't cut it. There were some inaccuracies, and some cars were old spec that we'd updated from Forza 2 to 3 to 4, says Turn 10 creative director Dan Greenewald. For now, they're forging ahead with sexy new stuff. They've introduced open-wheel cars and the McLaren P1 and LaFerrari hypercars, with more to come in 6 planned monthly DLC drops. Turn 10 hasn't ruled out adding new tracks too, but for now, they're making no promises. Finally, yesterday was N7 Day for BioWare, and to celebrate, their employees spent the evening teasing the next installment in the Mass Effect series. There's nothing concrete yet, and they haven't even formally announced another title, but that hasn't kept them from dropping some tantalizing hints. They've posted photos of their developers in action, saying, "The next chapter of Mass Effect is upon us, with new characters to fall in love with, new enemies to encounter, and new worlds to explore." Executive producer Casey Hudson shared a bit more in their retrospective about the series, saying, "It's the idea of exploring a vast universe, going out and seeing amazing new things. It's scale, seeing new planets, new species, and having choices that matter, because it's a story and one that you care about. It's going to continue on, and the things people love about Mass Effect they'll see even better in the next generation of games." And that's the news today. Do you think Xbox should become its own company like Nintendo, or does being part of Microsoft give them too many advantages? Let us know what you think of today's news in the comments below. Then make sure you check out roosterteeth.com over the weekend for your Sunday dose of the Gurnt. That's a gauntlet.